Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Insider Perks YouTube channel. My name is Brian Searle, the founder and CEO of Insider Perks. Today, we are going to talk about content creation for SEO or search engine optimization. So let's talk about content creation before we get into the SEO part, because a lot of you are familiar with creating content. There are a lot of articles and influencers and blogs and news reading places and classes that are taught at some of the campground conferences that will tell you that creating content is super important. But what they'll probably tell you more than 90% of the time is create content on social media. And my answer to that is, sure, that has to be a part of your marketing piece and puzzle, of course, but really you want to create content for your own website first, because your website is something that you own. You have no control over Facebook or Instagram or TikToks or Pinterest or anyone else's algorithms. That's what's called a rented audience. So, in my opinion, you should create content at all those places. But if you only had to choose one place, I would create content for my website first, because more people are finding you through organic Google search than they are through social media. Period. True. Hands down. At least the number of people that are more intent driven and who want to make a reservation, more of those people are finding you through Google search. So let's talk about content creation for SEO. If you don't know what SEO or search engine optimization is, we've got a lot of other videos on this channel. You can go check that out. We're not going to cover that in detail today. But the base premise of content creation for SEO is exactly what you think about it. So let's find a random campground website here. We're going to go to our trusty little random US city generator. Whatever is in the bottom left-hand corner here, we are going to hit 5 times, and then we'll choose our city. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Greensboro, North Carolina. So let's jump over to our map here. Greensboro, North Carolina. All right, here we go. And then we're going to look for a campground in the area. And we're going to get one that's not a Hampton Inn or a Comfort Inn, apparently, which is really interesting that they're bidding on those terms. I have to explore that later. I've never seen that before. So, all right, let's look at Jomioki. Probably butchering that pretty bad. Sorry if I am. But let's go ahead and visit their site and take a look at what they've got. So, again, we're not here to criticize or compliment website design of that nature. We're here to talk about the content for SEO, right? So content is something that contributes to SEO. And so you're talking about the header, which is what your kind of brand first message is. You've got all the content on your page that is helping Google understand what I'm about, where I am, what I offer to people. All that stuff helps Google rank. So the number one thing you need to do is make sure that the front page of your website here, your home page, is optimized for content, number one. After that, you've got to look around. This is really kind of thin on content here. They've got an Around Us page and a Photos page, and then they've got their social media links. But really, you need to create as much content as you feel is necessary to rank for the keywords that you want to rank for. So if you go back to your map here and you look at where they're located, they are in Greenville, right here, or Greensboro, sorry. And Greensboro is located near Winston-Salem. It's kind of sort of close to Durham and Raleigh. It's right smack dab in the middle of a few things. There's a nice lake down here. I don't know how popular that is, et cetera, right? And so you may be able to rank for Greensboro Campground or Greensboro RV Park with your homepage. But let's say that you would also like to attract people from Winston-Salem. Well, in that case, you could come back to your website and you could create a page that's entirely focused about talking about the area of Winston-Salem. And that's more content for your RV site that or potentially leads to you ranking higher in search for those keywords, and then so on and so forth, right? There's a play here now that artificial intelligence is one of the tools in your toolbox for you to create blog posts faster than you ever have before. And they're more affordable and they make sense now. If you're able to have the correct knowledge and correct prompts and correct speed and all those and correct topics, I guess, about blog posts on your website, then you can literally take those blogs and you can bring new people onto your site who otherwise never would have considered finding you before. There are lots of people, trust me, who go to Greensboro and Winston-Salem, North Carolina, who like to be outside and go to parks and go hiking and do bird watching and go, be out in nature and go fishing and go boating and go tubing and right? All of those people love to be outside at some point, which is a fairly then reasonable assumption that if you were to expose them to your brand as a campground, and you have nice RV sites, you also have a little bit of glamping, some cabin rentals, some tenting, a nice variety of accommodations for people to have and to be able to stay in, then there's a very good chance that if you expose them to your brand and they are people who like the outdoors, then at least a certain percentage of those people are going to click around and be like, oh, look, I'm on this campground website. I've never been camping before. I didn't even think to look for a campground or RV park when I came to the area. I would just by default search for a hotel. And then you've got a lot more people on your website who are exposed to your brand. So content creation for SEO. That's literally all it is. Figure out what you want to rank for. Figure out the type of content you need to create to rank for that, and then write that content. That content will serve you much, much better long term than a one-time Facebook post will after it gets buried in about 36 hours on Facebook and no one ever will like it or see it again. So I'll see you in the next video. Hopefully that was helpful. Take care, guys.